Hello everyone and welcome back. So, today we are doing, as promised, Cinderella's pumpkin house. When I say this was a bit of a challenge, it is an understatement. This was very hard to try and accomplish, to kind of get an idea or sense of what was I doing. So, I was planning to do either just scale up an actual pumpkin and build a house within that, or I was doing the walls. And I did end up just doing the walls because I couldn't really, I guess, understand what I was trying to accomplish. So this is a very strange build, but I made it work and I actually quite like it. Excuse the croaky voice, I've been unwell. Hence why, unfortunately, my Summertime Saga series has to be a bit on hold because that requires a lot of reading, and I'm not really in a very, I guess, talkative mood at the moment. But a few things that popped up for me on my For You page on TikTok and YouTube has been a bit of the Sims 4 controversies, or I guess, like what's mainly about the DLC packs. And this related to me obviously being having to restart again my entire game at the same time. So I was just looking into like other people's opinions of the packs, because when I started playing I was just a merely little 14-year-old who was like, nah, I'll get all the packs. I did for Sims 3. How bad it can be. Very bad, because I had regrets. So I was just looking into it of what other people or the players online has said for the pack ideas, and I was just, I guess, trying to see their perspective and see if I agree or not. Everyone has their own voice on the internet and opinions, and I did and I didn't with some things, like, to me anyway, and here today I'm going to share my opinions. So for me, The Sims 4 being a free base game is actually quite good. I think it is. I genuinely believe it's a bit of a half-baked game. Even in the state it is now, to be all honest. So I'm quite happy it's free, because I don't think, if I really had to pay it again, I don't think I would actually have bought it. Which is a bit sad, because I do enjoy The Sims mainly for, I guess it's a little bit more of the sandbox part and making my own stories and having that freedom, but at the same time, it's too safe. If you haven't noticed, my channel does revolve a bit more on adult gameplay, so I play obviously a adult dating simulator. I'm playing The Sims 4 with Wicked Whims, which is an adult woohoo mod. It's very, very realistic and graphical content, and I don't play it for the lewd aspect of it. I've always played it for the realism and just the storytelling. I felt more, in that sense, connected. When I was younger, it was also kind of the only, in a weird way, the only experience I could have. I was very sheltered growing up. And I'm happy to say that that hasn't changed, even in adult life, when having a child myself. So obviously I had my own experiences and life situations. I'm still happy to play the game how I want. But in saying that, I can agree, though, that some of the packs really feel that it shouldn't be a pack. More specifically, like, get growing together, is just seems really should be a game, like, into the main game part. I feel really that growing together really just should have been in the base game, same as parenthood should have been placed in the base game. If not, I would have expected, if it really was a expansion pack, they should have been both put together. In all honesty, that feels for me, being myself a game designer and studied game design, it just feels such a lackluster for a game. especially having such a elaborate and very skillful team at EA, it really does feel it's disappointing because they are missing the point so much. And unfortunately, my own opinion too is they are very cash grabby. Because as I mentioned before as well, I've stated to EA I was a loyal customer. For 10 years, I've had most of the packs purchased with my own money. Mind you, not being employed on money, and all they could say is, "Oh, I'm so sorry, we can't even find your ID or anything about you." So I was quite disappointed that I literally had to start from the beginning, but I took it as a new opportunity to kind of start fresh and, I guess come into the Sims 4 world as an adult. Because, like I said, I started out as a teen, and like any teen who didn't really have much responsibilities, and I will say a very luxurious lifestyle, hence good schooling, just had always a roof over my head, etc. So I really didn't think it was a big deal. I spent money on what I wanted and what I did, but as I got older, obviously, and life hits everyone, and adulthood hits everyone, and some people differently. For me, my adulthood obviously being a young mum and moving out home, and then unfortunately now coming back home because of inflation down here in Australia is fantastic to create a rental crisis. So for me, I just thought, okay, what am I like prioritizing my game? What's, I guess on sale? And I feel that I want to do a bit of a tier list as well, but I really can't fathom, just looking back, even how unbaked The Sims 4 actually is. And for me, who is a player that really, really relies on mods to actually entertain my game, it's actually not a good look either. Like I've said in the past, I've always been an alpha CC person. Only now I've just gone to Max's Match because I feel that it will just run my game a bit better. I'm really wanting to kind of keep it at a game like its own aesthetic. The point of it being a Sims game. And I just feel my efforts last time was just really out of place, and you can't really get much alpha like packs as much as Max's Match ones, but that's a whole other ball game. And I just felt that, yeah, I really feel for the people that don't use mods. Like I said, my style of gameplay is very adult, or at least which I haven't. Look, honestly, I don't see why Maxis can't actually implement something like Wonderful Whims, which is the actual PG-13 or M15 plus realistic woohoo stuff to The Sims, which it just eliminates everything that's R-rated and lewd. So I don't see what's wrong when it is actually a game that's meant to be T for teen. It just feels like it's such a kid's game, but I never really seen a child or a kid play The Sims. It's always been like teens or young adults or even adults. At some stages on TikTok I've seen even elders play it, so it just baffles me why this really childish approach, and why this really, I guess, such reliance on mods and the community. Like, I understand there's like, oh no, they're just doing it so you can have a sense of connection with the community and that everyone's then welcomed. It's like, yes, that's fair and that's understandable, but it still doesn't explain why is the game such half-baked, and it's now been 10 years old and there is so much more potential, and like I really can't wait for the new simulations. I know I've been such a Sims fan since Sims 2 days, given I was only like 4 when the Sims 2 came out. So when I was about 8, so just in the good span of the Sims 2 era and a little bit early of Sims 3 era was when I fell in love with the game. So I'm not really prepared to, like, I guess unpack that too much either now anymore. Just been unwell and trying to get something out. But that's been what's going on lately. Here are a few screenshots about my lovely rant of The Sims. But this time I actually upped my game with my screenshots. I actually took it from my game footage rather than my within-game camera, because I've noticed the quality, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!